You know, one of these days, I'm going to have a manageable TBR. It's just not today. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always guys, I'm Andrew, and today I got my TBR for you. But before we get into that December TBR, because yeah, we're already at the end of the year, make sure you are liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification so you can get regular updates for when I put out new content. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And that said guys, I cannot believe that this year is coming to a close already. This is the year in which we launched the channel. It feels very weird to be doing a December TBR. Like it feels like the year has been like really, really long, but at the same time, like it feels like it's been really, really quick. So I've got, I believe, 11 books, and I say 11. I've got 10 for you now, and then at the time of recording, I've got one that has yet to be chosen. So I will have a slot in for that when we get to that section of the video. But that said, let's start with the first book that I'm going to be reading in December of the 2021. And that's going to be A Betrayal in Winter. This is the second book in the Long Price Quartet. I've got a bind-up of the two. And I really, really enjoyed A Shadow in Summer. It's surprisingly, like, I haven't read a whole lot like it before. So I'm super happy that I finally decided to pick this up. I've been buddy reading this with Nico from Nico's Book Reviews, Philip Chase, Sarah Reeds, and we've got Alan in the mix there as well. It's a very, very good book. If you can find a copy, I highly recommend it. You can find individual copies pretty easily on eBay, but these bind-ups or the omnibus editions are just scarce pickings right now. So I will be reading the second book in LPQ, and then the patron pick for this month was The Age of Legends, the first book, which is Age of Myth. This is book one of Legends of the First Empire, so it's not Age of Legends, I got that wrong, by Michael J. Sullivan. It has been about 6 or 7 months since I finished Rhaenyra Revelations, and so I'm super excited that this one got picked, because I have been dying to get back to some Michael J. Sullivan. I've heard that this is really, really good, and for some people it's even better than Revelations. So we're going to be kicking this off, and then I think I'm just going to keep it going, guys, because I've got all 6 in hardcover. Like, I'm super excited to get to this, I'm not going to lie. Especially because I've wrapped up some books or some series, I should say, this past month. And so I think I've got a little bit of room, maybe, we'll see. Alright, a buddy read that I'm kind of muscling my way in on. And I just need to know a place to start with this author. I keep buying KJ Parker books. And so Alan and Zara, I believe, are reading The Hammer in this month. And so I saw this at a half-price books, and I was just like, you know what? Alan keeps talking about this author. I've got a bunch of his books. Why not buy a few more? So we have got The Hammer. I don't even know anything about this. Giganomai is the youngest brother in a current generation of Met-Ok. Okay, so already some very, very strange words. But I'm still interested because it's got like a flintlock pistol on the front. So I'm hoping it's kind of like a flintlock fantasy historical fiction variant. We'll see what happens. And then I've been meaning to get to this one for a while now. I got sent this reviewer copy of The Seventh Cadence by Jim Wilborne. This is put out by Emergent Realms. And they're just this kind of like boutique small publisher right now. And look at that cover art. Like, I'm trying to get the gloss to not shine. It's beautiful with like the blues, the blacks, and the whites. I absolutely love the print quality on this floppy book. And Jim's actually in my Discord. And so I'm super excited to get and finally review this. I got sent it a few weeks ago, and my TBR just kept shoving me down. You can see it's a pretty big book. But I am excited to get to this, Jim. I cannot wait. Because I've read the first chapter. I will say I've read the first chapter, and I'm intrigued. I'm super intrigued. Alright. And then because I closed out the City Watch, it is time, of course, to move on to another collection within the Discworld. And so we're going to start the Death Collection with Mort. I have heard great things about Mort. I love the Death character. when he pops up in City Watch. And so his own dedicated books, these covers are just awesome. I love these kind of hardback library editions. They're like made for reading. So I love this one. I've kind of stayed away from all the Mort discussions and stuff like that because I wanted to go in with fresh eyes. And so, super excited here. All right. And then we took a break from Robin Hobb. Just kind of a couple months to kind of decompress after Tawny Man. But it's time for the Rain Wild Chronicles. Well, Chronicles. Time for the Rain Wild... Gosh, I can't say that. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. The Rain Wild Chronicles, Book 1, Dragon Keeper. Now, I've heard that this is the weakest quadrilogy, I believe is what it is. It's 4 books. I think quadrilogy is a word. So it's the 4 books. It's the weakest of the Realm of the Elderlings. But saying that, like, Robin Hobb has a weak book in the Realm of the Elderlings is still saying it's a fantastic book. So, yes, we are going to be doing Dragon Keeper. We are back into the world. Hopefully wrapping this up in the next 7 months if we just go straight through. So I'm very excited and very, very nervous because, like I said, I've heard that it's not the strongest, but at the same time, it's still pretty good. It's like pizza, even though it's like bad pizza, it's still pizza, guys. Then this, it depends on now, keep in mind, I am filming this on November 19th. So I still have plenty of time to read the second book. I am currently reading Tower Lord by Anthony Ryan, and that's book 2 in the Raven's Shadow, which means that if I finish that, I would love to get to the third book, Queen of Fire. For some reason, I thought this was titled Queen's Fire. But Queen of Fire, which is the third and final book in the Raven's Shadow, and then there's the duology that comes after, called The Raven's Blade. And I really, really love Anthony Ryan's writing. My TBR has just been very, very, very unwieldy as of late. But that said, I'm really, really enjoying a lot of what I'm reading. Next up, we've got The True Bastards by Jonathan French. I've heard this is even better than The Grey Bastards. I really, really, really enjoyed that book. It really beat my expectations, and so I want to see what the bastards are up to in this book. Like, it's kind of hard not to curse while talking about this series because it's in the title. So book 2 of the Lotlands, and I'm super excited for this. I cannot wait to see because just what Oates and Fetch and Jackal are up to. What can I say? Like, if you haven't picked up the Lotlands trilogy, you definitely should, because so far I'm having a great time. Alright, and then I have been talking and waiting about this one for over a year. This has been sitting on the shelf, unloved and unread, for quite some time. And frankly, guys, it's time. I signed up for a buddy read with Chase's Book Thoughts 3 or 4 months ago. Where we were just like, hey, you want to do a buddy read? Yeah, sure, what do you want to read? Well, I've had, the Lycanius trilogy on my shelf for forever. And, so it's time for book 1 of Lycanius. I've heard mixed to great things about this. I heard if you love the Wheel of Time, you are inclined to like it, but it is not Wheel of Time-esque, if that makes sense. So as a huge lover of the Wheel of Time, you, of course, have my interest. And the audiobook is narrated by Michael Kramer and Kate Redding as well. So I don't know if I'm going to, do an immersion read here. We'll see. That said, guys, I'm super excited for this. Okay, and I did say that I had another book that has yet to be selected. And that's just because of a video that hasn't come out at the time of recording. So we're going to insert clip here. Alright, guys, so it is the 24th. So that video that helped me choose kind of my next backlisted series has been running for a few days. The runaway winner was R.A. Salvatore's Homeland. This is book 1 in the Legend of Dritz. I'm super excited to read this. This got around 15 to 16 votes. It did very, very well. I also realized that when watching back the footage that I forgot to include the patron pick for December. Essentially what ends up happening is I spin the wheel with my patrons' names on it, and whoever lands on it gets to pick any book from my TBR, no matter my series status or where I'm at in that. and I will either read that book or the next book in that series. And my patron Ken ended up selecting The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman, so I will be reading that in December as well. That said, guys, back to the video. Alright, guys, and so let's show you the money shot of the December TBR. And of course, I've got one of the books turned around, but you get the picture. This is actually pretty heavy. That's a lot of books. Hopefully, I can get through all of this. Let me know in the comments down below what your December TBR is looking like, mainly because, I know it's the holiday season. And but you're also getting some time off of work, so it's kind of a mixed bag. We'll see what happens, guys. That is it for the December TBR. Like I said, let me know in the comments down below what your reading month is going to be looking like, or if you want to talk on a more regular basis, you can jump on in to the Wizardly Duo Discord. I do have that link in the description down below, or if you want to support the channel on a more regular basis. I do have the link to the Patreon as well. Your support is always appreciated. And that said, guys, till next time, peace out, stay magical, bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons.